Big Tigger Morning Show with Francesco on the People Station V-103, the ATL's #1 for hip-hop, R&B, and throwbacks. Francesco!
Hey, Tig.
The long arm of the law is in the building. Please believe it. Fulton County Sheriff Pat Labat is here. How are you, sir?
I'm outstanding. Good morning.
Hey,
Good morning.
Sheriff.
How's everybody?
Good.
Amen.
Always
Amen.
good to see you.
Always.
So the other morning, we woke up to our surprise to find out that you said you were reducing the amount of people who are guilty of misdemeanors actually going to jail.
So first of all, they're not guilty. They're just arrested.
Okay,
All
arrested.
right, let's be clear.
All right.
And secondly, there's so many different misdemeanors. We are just going to reduce the number of nonviolent ones that we take in at the county jail.
Okay.
You got to keep in mind, Alpharetta has their own city jail. Atlanta, East Point, College Park has an agreement with East Point. And so why bring us criminal trespassing when you're running your own jail? And so ultimately, the violent crimes, for instance, domestic violence, battery, those kind, mental health issues that we need to take off the street, we certainly want to be really create a safer environment, a safer community for us, and we will take those in. Ultimately, we let somebody go yesterday, day before yesterday, charged with public drunk, right?
Okay.
So take them to your city jail, right? Just like Mayberry, and then they can get out whenever they get out.
Okay.
But ultimately, they don't need to be incarcerated in a system that overall is broken.
Now, I'm not asking for a list of purge activity at all, but I am asking, what are some of the low-level offenses that, wouldn't land me in the slammer? I'm just curious.
Well, so first of all, this is not retroactive, right? So the statute of limitations is up on all the things that some of us have done.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I say that to say, when you look at, again, public drunk, criminal trespassing, and in a space that ultimately creates an environment that this is not as serious as many times they'll get fingerprinted in, see a judge in the morning, and leave anyway, right? So this is really going back to what we did during COVID, right? Fingerprint persons, identify them, individuals, and then still let them go.
Right.
As opposed to them getting caught in the system, ending up with a low bond, can't make the bond, and still in jail for 3, 6, 9 months.
Wow.
Right? So our goal is to create a safer environment, really identify those individuals with these charges. Now, repeat offenders, you're going to stay in jail. Let's be clear, right? Atlanta Police Department and a lot of our local police officers and police departments have put together a repeat offender, really, task force, if you will. We're on that task force. And so if you continue to plague our community, you're going to be in jail. And so the thing you have to keep in mind, right now we have 2,830 individuals that are in jail, but less than 1% are misdemeanors. So this notion that we are letting people go or that we have 1,000 misdemeanors, anybody tells you that, they're not telling you the truth. We have 101 as of this morning. And our Solicitor Gamage is doing a great job of really processing those cases and making sure that they're either domestic violence or there's a mental health component that we can't let people out on. And so this is nothing new. Again, it is something we did during COVID, but ultimately, it sounds good. You had the Board of Commissioners decide that they were going to put a resolution together to compel me to do something, which is they can't do. But ultimately, it makes sense if it is something we can do. Pat
Labat is in here. So this is not really about, let me ask you, is it more about criminal justice reform or just the situation and the conditions down at jail?
So it's a combination of both.
Okay.
And let me tell you why I say that. It is because the deplorable conditions at the jail, this is nothing new, right? The jail is failing us physically, the building itself. And we have brave women and men every day that go into those conditions and really do their job, keep our community safe. But when you talk about criminal justice reform, this is, again, if you run your own jail, then why bring them to us? Right, and then those judges can get involved at those city level, city ordinances level, et cetera. So we're just in a space now that this is where the rubber meets the road. We're out of space. We've got over 500 beds that are out of service. And I know you know this, but maybe some of your listeners don't, is that the sheriff's office we run the jail, we don't own the jail. And that's a county issue. But when you have 500 beds out of order, out of service, and we're starting to put people on the floor, then ultimately we need to do something. And this is that something that can make a real difference.
Some of our listeners listening to this right now may feel like, goodness gracious, like, do they have it under control? Are there no consequences anymore when it comes to crimes that are committed in the Fulton County area? I want to ask on behalf of them who are concerned about the crime and the disorderly conduct and the aggressive behavior of folks just who may be in dismay. What are you all doing? Like, how do you reassure the people to make sure they feel feel good.
And that's a really great question. And one of the things that we have said since taking office is you commit a crime, you're going to jail.
Yeah.
That's really the bottom line. There are certain crimes, though, that you shouldn't be in jail for 3, 6, 9 months. We've had, when we took over as an administration almost 5 years ago, we had 847 people in jail that had not been to court a second time in over a year. You would have been in jail longer than if a judge had sentenced you.
Wow.
And so in this case, why don't we take an opportunity to say on the front end, whether it's a diversionary program, Atlanta and Fulton County has a great diversionary program, why not see if those individuals need that kind of help? If you break the law, you're going to go to jail. Let me be clear. It is how we respond when you get to the back door that matters. Really nice about this piece, but when you go to Fulton County Jail, that's like 10 days in somebody else's jail, right, for one day, right?
Wow.
And so if you come in overnight, you'll be ready to go. You might have even learned your lesson, right? You get out there shoplifting, you're going to go to jail.
Right.
You get out there really breaking the law. This is not what this says. This says if there's a possibility to have a diversion, then we want to do that. If this is your first time, we all make mistakes, right? If this is your first time, what does that look like? If there's a mental health problem or a violent, aggressive action taking place with this, it doesn't matter if it's an ordinance, it doesn't matter what the resolution is that the board puts forward, you're going to come to jail. Because this is what we have to remember. With 2,800 individuals incarcerated, that means potentially there are 2,800 victims. Our job as a sheriff's office and my job as a sheriff is to protect those victims as well.
Fulton County Sheriff Pat Labat, thank you for the time and the clarity. Again, people, there are some misdemeanors. You may not go to the county jail. Doesn't mean you ain't going to jail.
I'm going to jail.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, me.
A jail.
Thank you for your time, sir, and thank you for
you.
all the hard work you and your people do over there at Fulton County Sheriff's Office.
Thank you for the partnership. Thank you for the successful bike. I call
Bike
it
Fest.
Bike Fest. And, I mean, just amazing the work that you all do in the community, and we're proud partners. So
Thank you again.
We appreciate it.